older homes versus new construction, what's your preference?
Are you asking me personally or regarding like a client? I mean, give me some intel.
Both. The dance floor is yours.
Well, I mean, define older, right? I'm a huge fan for mid-century modern homes.
Okay.
And I love Southern California type ranch sprawling homes, which we don't get a lot of here in Illinois. They're kind of few and far between. So those tend to be older. So I guess I kind of like older, but with more modern amenities in them, personally speaking. However, for my clients, it really depends on their personality. So I'll get some clients that are asking for this, that, and the other, and it's a blend of getting the location plus the house and all those. And so sometimes it might be something that's older, it's vintage, or maybe something that's more new construction. It just varies.
I could understand that.
Yeah.
So for me, if I'm going to compare older homes to new constructions, personally, I should probably mention I live in a 135-year-old home. So
How's the plumbing?
it's new.
Okay, great.
You know, I agree with you on both stances in the sense that if I have to pick a home for myself, I love older construction. What do I love about older construction? A few different things, especially in the city when we're on smaller lots. An older construction preserves a larger footprint. So where our new construction, if we tear something down on a 25 by 125 lot and we rebuild that, you're going to have a smaller home.
Got it.
So that's right on a big acre lot. That's not a big deal. But at our, where we're trying to, 5 feet in our market is a big amount of deal. So you have a bigger footprint. It also tends to be a little bit more interesting. So I like the interesting, I like the charm, I like some of the older aspects, but I like them on a more restored level. So if I could really curtail that question to be exactly what I like from a personal level, I like an older home that's been gutted down to the studs and retrofitted with all new parts. Now, from a professional perspective, I would probably say, I don't know if it's my preference, but I sell a lot more new construction than I sell older homes because I think people have a preference for new construction. Now, for me, when I'm selling new construction, and I'll be interested to hear what you have to say on this, when I sell new construction, one of the things that I prefer, I'd rather sell something that's 1 to 5 years old than brand new. Because that new construction comes with responsibilities. It comes with working through the kinks. The best of developers, everything has to go through that. So if I could sell something that's 1 to 5 years old, somebody else has done that. Somebody is going to come in and enjoy what I call the glory years of the new construction.
So when you're saying that you prefer 1 to 5 years, is it because of when you're getting new construction, it may not come with all the window treatments? It may not have a lot of like the other dressings in it. Is that the reason? And somebody else has spent the money to do that?
Well, I think it's twofold. I think it's part the fact that somebody else, it's expensive. When you buy a new construction house, if you're then going to go outfit it, you've got closets sometimes, window treatments, audio visual. You've got a lot of money to put into a house right off the bat. So that's part of it. But on the flip side, there's a reason that there's a 1-year developer warranty. There's kinks, there's things that might leak, there's things that might not work, there's settlement that's going to happen. That building is finding its footing, as I say. And so from that perspective,
I don't disagree with what you're saying, but I do see it in a slightly different perspective. When someone is buying a new construction home, they're looking at this house, and let's say they're spending anywhere from 1.5 million up to 10 million, whatever it is, up on the North Shore. Their trajectory is really to live in that home for at least 10 to 20 years. That's going to be like their final resting place, so to speak, for most people that are moving up to the shore. My view is make the house of your dreams. Get those window treatments that you want that's going to match your decorating, the AV system that you want, maybe, or even if you get it like semi-custom construction, maybe you want like 11 zones in the house for heating and cooling. Everybody's got their own thing, their own type of electronics, their own footprint to make it their own and give it their own flair. In the same way that older homes will have that charm, you will put your own charm into it. So buying, let's say, any contractor type of build, like a spec construction, right? So with the spec construction, a contractor is pretty much going to put in the average 7.5-inch baseboard and maybe a 5 to 7-inch crown molding. But maybe you don't want crown molding because you want super modern. And maybe you don't want that shaker white cabinet because you want something completely different, something more traditional or modern, whatever your style is. you have that opportunity to create your own. And when you buy something that's 1 to 5 years old, yeah, a lot of the kinks are out of the way of, nail pops and things like that of that nature. But I think you sometimes have to redo some things like the light fixtures, and
Sure.
you're still spending money, maybe not up front right away, but over the course of your home ownership.
No, and I think that brings forth a great point. I would think that a lot of your buyers probably are on a longer term
Yeah.
than a lot of mine.
Right. Oh,
When you think about, even when I include new construction, we're talking about condos. People live in condos for about 3 to 6 years.
mhm.
So that's where we kind of talk about it, or even single family homes. I'd say in the city, we see more of an 8 to 11 year span in a single family home before people are
Right.
trading up or
Right.
moving different or something like that. So we see
Right.
a lot more transition.
Got it.
We move and shake a little bit more.
Interesting.
So it sounds like we've got a little bit of a split decision, but
Yeah.
ultimately the same. We like some of the character of the old. I definitely do. But we both want modernized in the end.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Updated plumbing.
I did own an older home. My first home was built in the 1940s. I loved that house. That had a fantastic screen porch. I just loved a great location too, walkable, the whole thing. But it was an older home. So older homes sometimes needs a little more love.
Have some
But
older
but listen, that can even happen in newer homes. And I'll give you an example. A new construction home, a client was buying it from a developer. It was a major development of over 75 homes. And there was a problem with the sewer. And now it was covered under the builder's warranty, thank God.
Sure.
But there's always something.
Always something.
Yeah.